I can see he has come. I can say, regular, I know, he's there, separate from me. But if I become he, can I see?
I can see within me.
No, you can't see, because that me that I'm talking about is the pure conscious state where it just becomes an awareness. Then the seeing, seer, seeing, the three aspects of it will be vanishing. It will gradually disappear. That means the whole concept that we're talking about, as long as the mind is thinking mind, you have to, at times, stop thinking mechanically. Or I would say more in the world of the computer world, by default. When you run a computer runs by default. Whatever is already programmed, the computer runs according to the program. You cannot get the computer to run anything which is not in the program. Either it has to be in its hard drive or in the form of a soft. What we call as software. So any program, software. So any program that is there in the computer, only that only will run, others will not run. Until you once again install a new program. So also the brain, what structure it has once got it, out of long repetitions, it exactly do that again and again and again. So if you are, for example, if you know swimming, when you go, you start to swim just like that because you have done it before. If you know how to cycle, then you will sit on the cycle and move it just right. Somebody who had not done it, that person will fall. Because the brain doesn't know how to balance with 2 wheels. The brain can balance with 4 wheels, but it cannot balance with 2 wheels because the brain needs that balance. But if you try, fall, then suddenly you find, oh, it's moving without even falling parts. Then gradually the brain learns how to kind of ride a cycle, but it is just from 2 wheels, so it will be balanced. The same manner, our brain has to learn everything. Whatever you want to do in life, you must teach your brain to do it. The brain has to learn. And that's the reason you find, for any skill development, the fundamental word is repetition. To learn any skill, you go and see the athletes. You repeat the same thing again and again, thousands and lakhs of times. Because they are chiseling their skill, it's becoming more and more towards perfection. So keep that in mind. Brain has to learn what you expect. Now, you have trained your brain to think haphazardly. You have trained your brain to think so many things, flipping from one side to the other. This moment you are thinking, I need to go there. Next moment, without even your understanding that you already flipped, you have moved away from it. And you're thinking something else. This moment you say, I just want nothing but God. Next moment you say, I just wanted that. So the thing is this, you're not standing at any one point. Your brain is continuously fluctuating. And it's moving from A to B to C to D to E. Restlessly. Keeping that in mind, this is an unenlightened state. This is Jiva Bhava. What is Jiva Bhava? When you are Jiva, not Paramatma. One is Paramatma and the other is Jiva. One is the divine and the other is an individual. So as long as you are an individual, so long you have basically working with your mind, with your brain, with your body, with your emotions, with your thoughts. These are all your things with which you are functioning in this world. All your functionalities are based on your gross body and your mind and intellect. So one is mind, one is intelligence, and the other is body, mind, body, intelligence. With this you are functioning all the time. This is an individual. An individual always functions through mind, body, and intelligence. Is this clear? So as long as you are within the frame of your brain, and consciousness, that is mind, and body, that is gross, the instrument with which you are functional, and the intellect which decides, no, yes, this is the intellect. I take this path to go there. No, I take that path to go there. This is intelligence. Intelligence will always decide. It is a decisive fact. It's a faculty of discrimination between what is right and what is wrong. What is temporary, what is permanent. What is good, what is bad. Who is telling from inside? Is Bodhi, as the intellect. So you are basically, as an individual in this world, you are functioning with mind, body and intelligence. But then, this is an unenlightened state. This is with most people. But suddenly somebody awakens to an understanding. What's the truth? What is the reality? I see so many people dying in this world. What happens after death? Is death the end of everything? Okay, my second question that comes into me is, before I was born, where was I? I have no idea. From where did I come? Into my mother's womb. I have no idea. So where from I have come and where am I going to go? These are all questions unresolved with me. But the only thing that I find is that I am alive. But still, if I am alive, then I am not alive to the fact. Who am I? Am I the body? Am I the mind? Am I the intelligence? Am I an individual? Or am I something else? This is the beginning of the spiritual journey. When you have this, after living in this world, going through all the roller coaster of life, suddenly you awaken to a question for the first time. You become inquisitive. Or maybe you meet somebody, somewhere, a person whose mind, body, intelligence is just very similar to you, but he or she is in a much higher state of happiness. It's for the fact he or she has nothing in this world, so-called things to make oneself happy. Then you have a question, how could this man attain to this place? So you ask that person. He'll say, look, as long as you nurture all your desires of your mind, so long the mind will crave for more and more, and it will take you for all this roller coaster ride, and you will be tired and one day you will die and you will dig. Okay, sir, then what should I do in order to reach to your state? Because I want to be always happy. All these years I have been trying. So many tricks I have tried. I became happy, no doubt. But I never could sustain it. But I want to sustain it. Can you show me the way? I said, yes, I'll show you the way. Come stay with me. Or keep coming to my place. How? Okay, from now on, at least every day for 1 hour, you will observe complete mount. You will not talk for 1 hour. You will not see your phones, you will not attend to your calls, you will not do anything. You can sit at any place and relax, or you can walk down to some place. You can sit on grass, you can keep watching the stars, you can do whatever in the nature, but you will talk. For 1 month, you just observe 1 hour, complete silence, sitting at some place, doing nothing. Don't attend to anything of the world that you have been doing so far. Now what happens, this man suddenly, after sitting like that, or just watching the stars, or doing nothing, just like that, so many bundles of thoughts are coming and going, as all resolved as usual. But suddenly what happens? The very act of sitting brings about a state in the mind, wherein the mind's frequency of vibrations will start to grow and go to the next stage. And there will be lesser number of thoughts than before. Suddenly this man he was sitting like this and he will be closing his eyelids. And he will be closing his eyelids and suddenly he will feel, now he can see his thoughts. Previously he was never aware of his thoughts. Suddenly he becomes aware of his thought. I just thought this. Oh, this was a thought like this. At this moment I am feeling this itching here. Not aware that there's some itching there. Oh, it's pain. There's a pain. Yes, I know something is happening. Because I didn't know it. But gradually what is happening is that you are becoming conscious of the mind thinking, body itching or paining, or your intelligence deciding something which you always wanted. Now you are saying that you are watchful about the things that are happening to your mind. You are becoming an observer. First time you are becoming an observer. Maybe after a month, maybe after 2 months, maybe after 2 days, maybe after 2 minutes. Depending upon how much work you've done in your previous births. If you've done a lot of sadhana in your previous birth, you'll see that suddenly you'll come to know, oh God, what's happening inside of me? Thoughts are just settling on its own. Not so many thoughts are coming to me. I feel so peaceful. I feel as if I'm surrounded by some beautiful. I feel this breeze also so beautiful. You started noticing things which you never did. This morning sun is so beautiful. Oh, that bird, it's chirping. Oh, it's so beautiful. You started watching things beautiful. They were all there previously, but you were not there. They were all there. You were not there. You were there, but you were asleep. Today, they're there. You are there. You are awake. This is the awakening to the spiritual heights of stages to enlightened consciousness. What is enlightened consciousness? A consciousness that will gradually lift you up from your unconscious thinking, unconscious feeling, and unconscious reacting. Somebody comes and tells you a beautiful word, and I say, I'm so thankful to you, you are so good, you are so good. Somebody comes, out of the blue, he comes or she comes, and simply insults you with very foul words. You react instantly. Well, why did you say this? This is the normal unconscious state of mind, because you are reactive. The more conscious you become, the same person will come, the same person will throw dust on your face. But you start to understand that man's state of mind, because your mind is more settled now. Then for the first time, you will be able to see the other's mind and not your unconscious mind. The more conscious you are of your own mind, the more conscious you become of what the other is thinking about you, or why somebody is misbehaving or behaving right. You become less judgmental. You become more compassionate. You start to have more feeling of, supporting that person, helping that person. What's the way to heal this person? You start thinking, but these were not there previously. Previously, the only thing that was there was reactions. Anything that you like, when they happened, your reaction was, oh, I'm so happy. Anything you disbelieved or disliked, in fact, what is happening to me? I'm not comfortable. So your reaction was you were unhappy. So your happiness and your unhappiness were both reactive results of your unconscious mind. So as long as your mind is in an unenlightened state, it is gripped by illusion of what? Unconsciousness. You are not conscious about consciousness. That is unconsciousness. When you start to become conscious of consciousness, when you start to become aware of awareness, when you start to become something inside of you is knowing everything. That knowing person is the impersonal person. That knowing is the witness inside of you. There is a Sakshi which knows everything. Doesn't say anything, but knows everything I do. It's not coming from there. So, gradually, you start to scale different heights of your own conscious state of mind. And as you have more refinement of your mind, what will happen? You'll be able to see through the haze of unconsciousness. Now, the fog is lifting. Previously, you tried to see through your window, you were not able to see beyond 6 feet. And now the fog is clearing. And you say, oh, there's a house there. Oh, there's a tree there. Oh, something, more is visible now. Oh, you're able to see to a distance. Your mind's power to fathom, your intellect power to go into subtler regions of this so-called manifested physical world. You start to perceive non-physical also, non-material also, which is energy. So you start to get an easy entry into the energy field of this world. That's exactly what the modern science is talking about. The modern science says all this universe and multi-universe and all this metaphysical world is nothing but pervaded by only energy, energy, and energy. You also start to feel. A person who is energetically very good, you want to be with that person. If somebody's energy is very negative, you want to go with that person. You saw something so beautiful thing and you want to buy it. Because the energy of that and the energy of your mind, they matched. Because energy. And that may be an inert matter, artifact, but it is not inert matter. It has its own consciousness, it has no energy. There's nothing in this world that is not energy. There's nothing in this world that's not vibrating. There's nothing in this world which is without its own frequency. So gradually, as your mind becomes more refined, trying to be more to the root of mind, to the very base of mind, to the very existential part of your own being. That's your goal. Unless you are able to go to the core of your being. What's the core of your being? It is bliss. The core of your being is happiness eternal. It's not that you just got happy and then you're not happy. That's not core. That's not the nature of the core. It's the nature of your mind. If you're happy and unhappy, it's mind. It's not you. It's your mind, but that's not you. You can't be happy this moment. You can't be unhappy next moment. Whatever the external situations. It is you in your core existential reality. You're eternally happy. Nobody can steal it. Nobody can push you away from it. So the very simple understanding is this. If at any time you feel unhappy, no, it's my mind's game. If you feel very happy, don't get excited. It's your mind game. But if you feel happy, you can be rest assured. You'll find reasons to be unhappy. It'll push you into unhappiness. There's a flip side. Now, when you are tossing between these two ends of happiness and unhappiness, maybe someday, somewhere you'll come to realize, no, I'm not happy to be like this. I want something more tangible, more solid. I want to be happy in such a manner that nobody can steal my happiness. Not my husband, not my wife, not my child, not my job, not my money, anything that I have, even if all of it is taken away from me, still I want to sustain my life. How can I do that? At this moment, my happiness is dependent upon the successes of these things. If I do something by which people have appreciated my efforts, then I'll be very happy, satisfied. So I appreciate it. But is there a state wherein you're not dependent on anybody to make you happy? Dependent on anything to make you happy? As you become available to that state of mind, which is more refined, more purified, there will be lesser and lesser amount of thoughts, hence lesser and lesser amount of demands, desires, cravings, need for clinging. All these will gradually loosen by itself. And as it happens, you will be gradually lifting up into higher spheres of enlightened state. What is enlightened state? Where no longer these wild dreams and wild desires and wild stuff can shake the foundation of your blissful state. Anybody is samadhi, which is nothing but the state of equipoise of your mind. It's neither tilting to the left nor tilting to the right. It's neither saying yes nor saying no. It's neither ichcha nor even not ichcha. That is where it is not even desire or desireless. It's beyond desire, beyond desireless. You are in a stable ground where no more these thoughts are coming with some desire anymore. Because you are now more to the thoughtless state of your pristine mind, the core of your being, that is existence. So the yogis, over a long period of consistent effort, the yogis gradually become so friendly to their own mind that now their mind listens to them. If they say, for a while, I'm just going to meditate and get into a state where I'm just thoughtless. And the yogi's mind will abide by it. Because the yogi's mind is a friendly mind. Now my good friend wants me to be quiet. Now the mind becomes quiet. Yogi's mind will never move. Yogi's mind is a very quiet mind. Yogi's mind is a friendly mind. Right? That's the reason the title of my book is Your Mind is Your Best Friend. When you are a yogi. Your mind becomes your best friend only when you become a yogi, not when you are a worldly person. Because a worldly person's mind is an enemy mind. Because the mind is treacherous. It's continuously going against you, pushing you from one to the other. And you are restless. But a yogi's mind is in a stable state. It doesn't bother. It knows. This is a bad time. So what? It will not stay. Something bad happened. Doesn't matter. It will not stay. It will go. Many things happen in my life. They didn't stay. Good things came, didn't stay. Bad things came, didn't stay. Little things stayed. So what should I do about it? Let me get more settled to the very source of my being. Enlightenment is a continual effort toward taking your mind to an uplifted state of such a beautiful friendship that you and your mind coexist together in absolute joy and ecstasy. And then that's an enlightened consciousness, where your consciousness is brilliantly aflame with the light of God or light of divinity.
Baba, Arjuna couldn't achieve that.
First thing first. Who told you that Arjuna could not attain that? Who knows about Arjuna? Again, if I would say that, think about it. There were so many during that time. There are other brothers. Yudhishthira was the very Dharmaputra. They were all there. They were Rathis and Maharathis and what great people on earth at that time. And they were all very close to Krishna. Why on earth he chose Arjuna? Because he had a single-pointed mind. His mind was single-pointed. At any time he could fix his mind to a single point, which others could not. That's the reason Arjuna was Arjuna. The most valiant of all warriors at that time. Even his guru also always favored Arjuna to all others. Because of the same reason. That which was true to Dronacharya was also true to Krishna. Because when his cousin is asking for all the army of the world at his command, look at the state of consciousness of Arjuna. He says, I want God and nothing else. I don't want weapons. I don't want anything by which others can win the war. I want that by which all words and non-words are achieved. Because once I have God with me, I have everything. Other than a yogi, who would say this?
But still he was sad when his brothers were killed.
Exactly. It is just the emotion that was expressed. But know that Arjuna was so good that he went through different phases that all humans on earth go through. He went through all his emotions and everything in which all the other earthly beings go through. And he was a wonderful representative to represent us all there before the God, because this was the only time that the God was speaking directly to man. And Arjuna represented each one of us, our follies and our good. But still, he had one quality by which he qualified to listen directly from God. The when you to become single pointed with God, God will speak to you in the Gita. And you will definitely ultimately reach the point of ultimate enlightened state. Because whoever will take the side of God and whoever will walk the path of God or whoever will ultimately get wedded to the divine, the enlightened state is assured. Then you accept it or no one accepts it. It makes no difference. The very fact that Arjuna was the dearest to God is enough. There are many others who could be as dear as Arjuna, but he was not. That's all the things that, even look at that. He took the chariot for Arjuna to hold the reins. When you give the reins of your buddhi, or your mind, or your senses, which are the horses, if you give all of it to the Lord, then the Lord, this chariot is your body, with all the senses of your horses. When you give the reins by which the chariot is run to the hand of God and say, I can't drive this. You must take me to the place where ultimately the victory will come. When Lord becomes the charioteer of your life and you become the chariot, or the warrior thought you reach to your point of absolutely desireless state of being one with the divine wish. Karishye Vachananta. Now I have understood everything. Everything is clear. Oh Lord, now I give you my word. Karishye Vachananta. From now on, simply, blindly follow your command. Now you are becoming a chosen instrument, a polished instrument, a diamond cut with from different side. It will spark and it's very hard, very focused.
And Baba, what is victory? In Mahabharata, what is victory? Like, because God was with Arjuna, he won. But he lost his son. So that's
for
a
any victory,
yeah.
For any victory, there has to be always some losses. Because victory is very easily understandable. For a victory, a loss is a loss. Otherwise, where is the concept of victory? Where do you break the competition? There is some competition somewhere. There were two wrestlers fighting, two boxers fighting, or two athletes running. Someone has to win. If someone wins, there is someone who is lost.
But the winner doesn't lose anything. Here, Arjuna lost his own son.
Exactly. Not only son,
Yeah.
everything. Because that was the sacrifice which was called for. For that victory, for the adharma to go, dharma steadfastness was again and again put to test. When you put yourself in the hands of the divine will take you through all fire tests. Like if you go to any goldsmith, the only lesson that you found is that he put the gold more and more into fire to burn it so that that which is not gold is taken out from it, and that which is gold will shine. So for any such process, purification is a must. When we purify, then we bring all this intelligence of ours. See, these are things which are not very fair, not very good, these are so painful, this has happened, that has happened. These are all your earthly parameters for you. But there is only one parameter which is ultimate, and that is you desire to be unified with the divine. You desire to be commanded by the divine. You desire to be surrendered to the divine. And you desire to be always walking the path of life as an instrument of it. And thus, as you surrender yourself, gradually, again, you are moving towards enlightened state.
That is victory.
That is enlightenment. Victory, again, is a very worldly stuff. Because there was one part in the Bhagavad Gita where the Lord takes the Vishwarupa, which is the universal cosmic form. In cosmic form, that Arjuna is absolutely awed, full of fear. And he sees the huge form of the Lord, in which his open mouth, that is like God. It's like horror. The fire is coming up from it. And then all the warriors that he has to kill, they're all going inside that mouth. Dead. So everything is moving into his mouth in God. That means all that is created, we're all going to that state again. To be recreated. The gold will be burned, and then again new ornament will come. The old ornaments will burn, and a new ornamental design will come. That is for that time. These are the modern times. So here, Arjuna said, oh my goodness, all these great warriors, they are already dead. Then when he comes down, and then he comes once again that, to our Krishna, then Arjuna understands one thing. And Lord says this very clearly. Look, I killed everybody. You don't have to kill anybody. You saw in the cosmic form. You're not killed. So in the causal form, everybody is killed. In this physical form, you have to be an instrument to do the acting of killing. But you are not going to be the killer. You are not going to bring victory to Mahabharata's war. The victory is already given to Pancha-Pandavas. The moment one of them decided to accept Krishna and not the whole lot of millions of weapons and guns and barrels and all the archery thing. This is very simple. In our life too, in your life too, we just need to understand this very simple thing. That it's not about who is what. It's what is my mind. Where am I? That's more important than anything else. Where am I? In which state? Am I still very confused? Then I need to surrender more and more to the higher power. So that he can refine my mind, refine my brain, so that I can see through and can visualize transparent stuff which I'm not going to do this moment. So on one side I do my prayers, on the other side I do my meditation, on the other side I do my japa, I go on visiting the different pilgrimages, I go and visit the Himalayas, I spend time with the great sages, I spend time with the great masters and those who have done this. Why? My only idea is that through the divine grace, someday that awakening will come in me, by which I will understand that things are already done. I don't have to do anything. That sense of worship is my biggest fallacy of life. And the more enlightened you are, more you come to realize that you do nothing. Ultimate state it, you are a non-doer. Things are done. Events happen. Deeds are done. But there is no individual doer thereof. There is no individual doing it. Things are done. By whom? By the universe. That is enlightenment. When you become a non-doer. The moment you become a non-doer, akartitva. When you are no longer a karta, you have no problem. No problem in life. You are absolutely bliss. Your kartitva is the problem of all miseries in life. And it comes out of your ego, out of your mind, out of your individuality, out of all that. Your separation from the divine. The moment you are united with the divine, you are enlightened. What is enlightened? Now you are free of the bondage of your own mind-created illusions and hallucinations. You are seeing things as they are. You don't expect it to be like this or this. You see things as they are and accept it because that's the most beautiful thing that can happen. In their eyes, even the death is the best thing that can happen. In your eyes, the birth is the best thing that can happen. But that's your individual mind. That's your elusive mind, which is distinguishing between birth and death. But these two poles basically belong to one thing, that's life. And life is beyond birth and beyond death. There is no death in life, there is no birth in life. It's a continuity of consciousness. Jai Baba.
Bible reading.